Hi guys, my name is Meads. This is going to be a review for Ultraman, and this is from the manga. Now, this is a little different and kind of give you an idea what Ultraman is about for those who are just new to the franchise. Ultraman has been one of the long-time ongoing Japanese shows, kind of like your Sentai, or more commonly known as Power Rangers, as well as Kamen Rider. There's a lot of them. And Ultraman is just one of those. And I grew up watching it. I think I remember watching Ultraman Ace. Yeah, there's a lot of Ultras out there. And yeah, they made this one from the manga. Now, I'm gonna give out a little bit of spoilers here, just a heads up. If you haven't checked out the manga yet, kind of give you an idea, this version of Ultraman is basically kind of like Iron Man. Yep, it's human size. Ultraman is supposed to be this giant alien guardian to come to Earth to protect us from kaijus or the monsters. Yep, a little different. Anyways, just a little background story on this one. And here we go. So, it's Ultra line. There's also D-Arts line, but apparently Bandai decided to just put everything together as SH Figuarts, as it's becoming more popular now when you look at SH Figuarts. I think the main draw is from Dragon Ball figures. And to get this thing more out there, they just combine it with Ultra Act. It's pretty much the same configuration for the most part. Anyways, getting back to this, here's a box. We got a window, looking great. I cannot wait for this figure. Really cool. On the back here, not much English, but here we go. So this one is kind of interesting. He does have kind of like laser blades on his forearms, which is a little different. And I have to look up what kind of beam. Maybe some kind of Specium beam, but he does have that too. Really cool. And that's pretty much it for the box. Let's take a look inside. Alright, and we have a couple of figures in front of us. And just to give you a size comparison, you know how tall this figure are. But if you want an actual numeric number, he's about 6 inch. Yep, 6 inch tall. Now on the left, we have Ultraman Ginga right here. And that's your typical Ultra Act figure style. And comparing it with the Ultraman, not Ultraman, Iron Man Mark 43, the SH Figuarts right here. His design is more closely to an SH Figures than an Ultra Act. Yep. That's why I keep calling it the Iron Man of Ultras. And if you're wondering, this is the kind of like a stand art. This is a fixed pose figure that came with the manga. And I'm really happy I got this. It has some really nice details. And when they finally announced the Ultra Act SH Figures version of it, I'm very ecstatic. Although they are coming out, I think, with the Ultra 7 or Ultraman 7 version of this one with the next manga. I'm tempted to get that, but something tells me maybe SH Figuarts will release an Ultraman 7 version of the manga, which will be cool. Alright, so yeah, I just want to do a size comparison. Right now, the figure itself, really nice. I like the details they put on this one. Paint app is kind of hit or miss a little bit. There's certain parts that the red kind of leaked over. Just the front part here, there's a little bit of smudge there. I'm not sure if I'm just being nitpicky, but there is some there, even on the bottom side here. And even this one, there's just a little bit of paint pooling. It's not the crisp paint, but you know, from afar, I hardly notice it. And there's no huge, you know, gouges or anything of that sort, which I'm happy. And overall, it's great. But I do want to point that out. And another thing is, it's actually really lightweight. Yeah, compared to... Well, actually, Ginga is a lot lighter now. But this one's slightly lighter than Ginga. Well, aside from the height. And that's really great for dynamic or very or for some characters that you need the dynamic poses. So something lightweight, you can put on the base and that could be worrying about him tumbling over or having some weight issues. So definitely it's a great thing that it is lightweight. And moving on, let's go over articulation. So we have the neck here. It's double jointed. Although on the back here, it's a little bit restricted. He cannot look up because of this fin on the back here. I kind of wish there's a way to collapse this somehow, or maybe even this top part, but I mean, you can put it on the side, basically what I'm trying to say, so you can look up a little bit like that. Just not straight up. Not too bad. Then you have the shoulder part here. It's on that elongated joint. Then you have this floating rotator cup there, which is actually not too bad. Yep, and you do have a swivel there, which is a great thing. I think before it's a whole solid face, and it's really hard to rotate the shoulder on older Ultra Acts. So when they switch out with this configuration, it's a lot better. Then you have a double jointed elbow. Yeah, kind of like a silver joint there. It's different from his silver on this suit. It's not too bad. It kind of sticks out a little bit, but not too bad. Then on the torso, you do have a little bit of a rotation here. Even a little bit of up crunch. Just a little bit. Yeah, there's a hinge there. I still would be careful, especially when you're pointing this down. You might scrape up the paint. Yeah, I'm not sure how good the paint on this, but you know, eventually, like even the ties here had that issue with a certain SH Figuarts where it scrapes off when you fold it up. Then on the waist, yep, you do have a little bit of waist there. And you have the hinge here. Now, one interesting about this particular Ultraman figure is they made it hollow. Yeah, it's weird that they did that. There's no plate, because you can see the hinge there, and you know, it's those hinge. You can really extend it, and the reason for that is basically if you want to have him to leg up or kick, it gives you a little bit more clearance. Yeah, that's basically what's that for. But otherwise, you want to push it up, kind of hide that gap there. And yeah, I mean, if you look at the Gingas, it's covered, but this one it's open. And even the SH Figuarts has that too. I mean, I'm kind of curious why they did that. Interesting. Well, in some sense, you don't really need that thing to go covered. Yeah, it's one less thing to worry about. Moving on, you have a tie swivel here. You can see the gray piece is separate from that. Then you have the knee, which is actually really cool. So they did add this floating knee armor. Well, there's just a hinge there, but it's nice. The placing on this one is great. Because when you bend that knee, it's just right there. It's nice. I really like this knee part here. Yep. And moving down, we have the ankle here. So there is a little bit of a joint there, which allows you to move up and down. But this back part here kind of prevents you to extend it any further. But there is a swivel. There's a hinge there, which allows you to do a wide stance or kind of angle the ankle a little bit like that. So that's really cool. And you have the toe joint. So toe joint, usually you can bend it like this, but this one can actually bend it down too. Yeah, interesting. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it for articulation. Yeah, it's really cool. I really like this new Ultraman Hayata. Alright, let's go over the accessories. So first up is the forearm guard, or kind of like the gauntlet. So you do have one for each arm here. And basically in the show, or not show, but the manga, well, who knows, they might make an anime show. There's laser that comes out here, and so you can swap this out. And there's one here, and basically, well, part of this is you can use this for the Specium beam. I think that's what it's called. Well, I'm just gonna use the Ultraman's naming convention of its attack. So you have this version, and as well as the version with the laser right here. And he used this to cut down kaiju limbs or enemy. So that's really cool, and yeah, basically I have a pair of that. There we go, and I do a lot of cool, awesome poses with that. Yeah, really nice. Other than that, let me swap back, and actually for the hands, okay, let's go over the hands now. We have the closed fist. You have a pair of this one, and it's mostly for posing. And you have another one where it's a lot more open. Now, I have a problem with this. When you first got it out, I'm not sure if it's just me, but let me just put the regular forearm here. It's stiff. It's really hard taking this out. And I really hate popping off Ultraman or Ultra Act figures wrist joint. Yeah, it feels like I'm gonna break that joint. And this is such an awesome figure. So far, in my experience, I have not broken the wrist joint of SH Figuarts. The only one I've broken so far is Gridman's, and that's an Ultra Act, and it's really brittle. Yep. So let me. Which one is that again? Let's go with this. Even putting it on, it's a little tough. Yeah, why did they do this? I wish they went with a straight joint, but the problem with that is, you know, you got all this license and patents on wrist. You can't really go with another configuration. I don't know. I always have a problem with Bandai's Figuarts. I just don't like it. That's why I like Figma's more with a straight peg. Here we go. Yeah, you basically pop it off and hope for the best. Putting this on. Another thing is you're straining your fingers too, putting in this. And I'm not sure if twisting it would help. It's kind of hard to tell. So you can do a lot of cool poses with this one as well. And what I'm getting at is the Specium beam. We're gonna just change out this one actually. And put this on. There we go. And assume the position. There we go. So for this one, as you can see, his basically chest plate is hindering it, and that's why they gave you another chest piece here. At first, when I was looking at this, I thought I had a double. It looks almost identical. I had to ask Diego Doom about it because I just saw his Facebook feed that he recently got this one as well. And please check out Diego Doom's channel. I'll provide the link down below. He does an amazing work with his reviews, and I cannot wait to check out his review on this one and see or kind of hear his opinion about this figure. So basically the same, but if you look closely or actually swap it out, here we go. Just take a closer look. So here, a piece of it is kind of extended. But if we take this out and put this on, now it's flushed, almost flushed right there. Yeah, it's almost flush. So now doing this again, I don't know if that really makes a much difference, but you're able to fold the arms a little bit more. Or maybe it's just my imagination, but that's the whole point of that part swapping. I kind of wish they gave you a different chest, or maybe something you can pop this out. Maybe put a like gray, like it's not lit up or deactivated mode. Maybe cool, or even a red color timer. So for this one, then you got the effect part right here. It's more a spread as opposed to a distinct beam, and it's a really nice effect part. There's a peg right there. You just match it, and there you go. So it's a little different, but you are still doing the kind of like the L shape or cross hand gesture. And usually the Specium beam is vertically this way. Now it's horizontal. Nonetheless, it's cool. Yep. And I think that pretty much wraps up the review for this. I have to say that this is a really nice figure for Ultraman Hayata, and I highly recommend getting it. Although I kind of wish they've kind of worked on more on the paint app. There is a little bit of paint mishap here and there, but overall I really like this. Now I'm also checking this out. I don't think there is any peg connection. Usually the Ultra Axe have that, like here. You can remove this segment here and put a Tamashi stage connector. This one does not, but seems like you have the waist. It's thin enough for you to put the arm. So that's probably why they didn't include a peg connection. And it also makes it a little more streamlined without that extra balance for that. But yeah, and nonetheless, this is great. I would highly recommend getting this, especially if you like something kind of like an Iron Man feel to it. I'm a fan of armored suits, and as well as Ultraman. I really like the show. And there you go. That's pretty much it for the review for Ultraman Hayata. Hope you guys like it. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll try my best to answer that for you. So until then, this is Meads. Thanks for watching.